Greetings, everyone. Tonight's topic is going to be epic. Is going to be epic. We're definitely going to be talking about my boy Randolph Slaughter. It's going to be epic. If you want to join us tonight via Zoom, you're certainly welcome to do so. I'm going to put that in here right now. If you want to join us through Zoom, you're certainly welcome to do so. So I'm going to wait for a minute for you to come on in because this Slaughter is racking the havoc. Oh man, he's doing it. He's doing it. I'm just saying, you can say what you want to say, but he's doing his thing. I'm going to put this code in real quick, and then we're going to get right into this topic tonight. There you go. That's the meeting code right there. So we're going to get right into this tonight. I'm hoping everybody's coming on. If you want to get into the live Zoom, you're certainly welcome to tag and get in. And this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So come on in on the Zoom if you want to. But it's an interesting topic tonight because of the situation that's happening right now with Brother Slaughter. And I call him brother because he is a Mason, whether you like it or not, whether you consider him clandestine or not. He is who he claimed to be. He is the Grand Master, the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Louisiana. He's considered the Dean of Grand Masters for the PHA affiliation. Hey, that's just from what I've read in his resume. I mean, don't get mad. That's what I read in his resume. So tonight, we're going to talk about the mere fact of him as a Grand Master, who's the Grand Master of Louisiana, sitting up or issuing dispensations, DUs, in various states. He's now is issuing Masonic Lodges warrant dispensation to operate in Texas, knowing that there is a Grand Lodge under the Prince Hall affiliation that works in Texas. Now, is this right or wrong? That's the question. Is it right or wrong for him to do it? I mean, I'm not the one to throw a rock either way. It's just out there. I mean, Slaughter, he is a part of the Congress. No, he's a part of the Council of Grand Master under the PHA affiliation. If I'm saying that incorrectly, I aim it at my heart, not my head, or my head, not my heart, however you want to put it. But that's where he's at. And you can join us once again if you want to. This topic right here is interesting only because of what's been happening with this whole thing. So greetings everybody who's coming on. I hope that you are doing well and joining us for this live conversation that we're having here today. If you want to, you can join us live on the Zoom or just join us out right here. Greetings, Brother Victor. How you doing? Brother Nico, how you doing? Glad to have you aboard. William Smith, how you doing? Charles, what's going on? I'm him. I know him well. I'm just saying. Right now, I'm going to share some with you right now because over in the group Prince Hall Connection, man, they are going off over in that group. They're saying, hold on. I'm going to have to go to my phone with this here because I got it. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go to my phone for this because I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe what I was actually seeing for myself as far as him being concerned. Can you? Okay, that is the passcode, my brother. Can you the passcode for Zoom meeting is correct. That is correct. Hold on, let me double check that passcode for you. But that is correct. 39. Yeah, 39. That's the passcode. Let me double check and see. Hold that thought just for a second. Let me double check and see. Can I get that passcode over there to you? Okay, so the passcode for tonight. Let me check this out. Oh, let me get here. let me see. The meeting ID, meeting in progress. Let me see, can I do this? That's for tomorrow. Meeting ID is 963. That is correct. All right. I'm trying to see if I can come up with this show invite. Okay. Here's what I got. If you're listening out there, the passcode is 390774. The meeting ID is going to be for tonight. Right now, I'm gonna copy this here right now because I copy this right now. Oh no, let me hold on, everybody. Let me write this number down real quick here for you. That is correct. 87874 03506502. That's what I'm seeing right now for that meeting ID. All right, let me close that up. Let me give you this back real quick, family. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to put this number in here for you. So this is the passcode. This is the passcode right here, everybody. The passcode is going to be 390774. That's the passcode, meeting ID. If you want to join us live on Zoom, this is the meeting ID. That's going to be 874-035-06502. That is the meeting code right there. Join us tonight live right now via Zoom if you would like. This is going to be a very informational topic tonight because, just come on in and let's talk. Let's have this conversation. Not letting us in. Shoot us the link on the group. Okay, let me do that real quick. Let me see if I can shoot you the link on the group. Nope. All right, let me go here. I'm gonna copy this down and you can paste it in the thing. Oh, there you go. There you go. Come on in. There you go. You getting it. Come on in. There you go. There you go, big bro. You got the right information now.
I'm in here, bro.
All right. So look, I don't proclaim to know how much you know, but tonight's conversation is going to be about Brother Randolph Slaughter, who is the sitting Grand Master of the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Louisiana. It has been brought to my attention through other communications that he's opening Grand Lodges in the same state.
$6. This iPad sold for less than $43.
Somebody got to turn down their background. I'm going to have to mute everybody here.
I want 8 Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3.
There you go. There you go. You're muted. So, yep, there you go. All right. There you go. So what Slaughter has done, and I keep getting interrupted here, but what Slaughter has done, he's went into the jurisdiction of Texas at this time, opened a Masonic lodge. The question is, does he have the right to do that? And that will be based upon quite a few things. It would be based upon quite a few things. So tonight's topic, if you're familiar with Masonic protocol and procedures, let's have this conversation. Can you put it in the chat? Yes, it's in the chat right here. This code right here is what you're gonna do. Boom. There you go. That's the code right there. You're in. If you come on, you can join us live on the Zoom, and we're going to have this conversation. Okay. So, Brother Sanchez, I'm going to turn this over to you. I'm going to make you the host, all right?
Only until it's time for us to end the show.
There you go. You're it. So as I get further into this particular conversation, I've just turned over the host to Brother Sanchez. This particular topic has been one that's probably been really brewing for some time as far as what's been going on with Brother Randolph Slaughter. We know that he's now the sitting most puissant sovereign grand commander, or the sovereign grand commander, some would like to call or say, for the southern jurisdiction. He's the sitting commander of the United Supreme Council, Prince Hall, Ancient and Scepter Scottish Rite, United States of America, Washington, D.C. He's that guy. He's the head one in charge. I mean, some call him the John G. Jones 2.0. I call him by his name. His name is Randolph Slaughter. He's Grand Master. That's his name. That's his title. That's what I'm speaking to. I don't disrespect the individual who's been selected by his craft to lead them, and he's doing what he's called to do, is to lead them. And I don't know about you, but here we are. So let me share some things with you real quick that's been taking place. That's going to be very, very interesting to this topic tonight. All right. How's everybody doing? Everybody's all right. Brother Dietrich's out of Atlanta. I hope you'll be able to get in and check us out. So let's see where we're at tonight. Just so you know, I don't know if you can see that. I'm on my phone. I got receipts. There you go. I got receipts for tonight. I don't want nobody saying you done lost your mind. And why do you kick people out of your group when they bring up a topic? I don't understand that. You know, it's good to have people bring up different topics than you may have, to have a good open conversation. You know, greetings, Brother Diaz, Grandmaster. How you doing? I'm glad to have you about tonight. Man, Marcus, they kick you out the group, bro. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So today's topic, the Sovereign Grand Commander, Randolph A. Slaughter, has approved a consistory of the United Supreme Council for Washington, D.C., the state and jurisdiction of Detroit, Michigan. So he's already in Detroit, and now he's in Texas. The comment is can he do that? Do I have any conversation tonight on that? Can he do that as a Grand Master? And knowing that he's a member of PHA Council of Grand Masters, can he do it? Any comments from anybody in this group? This is a learning curve for everybody, but I need to hear you. I need to know your comments. I mean, I can sit all night and blow smoke, but I need to hear back from you. I know some of you are very highly educated when it comes to Freemasonry, so I'm just interested in what you got to say. Brother Morpheus, always I appreciate the love. Thank you. He can do whatever he wants. Regular PH Mason do not acknowledge him or his lodges. Mr. James, I beg your pardon, sir, because it seems to me that your imperial potentate for the shrine has now joined forces with Randolph Slaughter. So apparently he can do whatever he wants to do. But brother, let me tell you, there's quite a few Prince Hall Masons who are backing him. And as far as that is concerned, apparently he's still accepted within the Prince Hall family because he's still part of their council or of Grand Masters. That's a fact. They have not released him. They have not said that you cannot go. They have not pushed him aside. They said, brother, you still at home. You still with us, right? And apparently he's still with them. So, Mr. James, I understand your point, but brother, right now, he's not going nowhere. He's still there. If you want to come on the Zoom, Brother James, you're welcome to hop on the Zoom. We got you live and you can speak to it. You can definitely speak to it, you know. So it says, we still invade territories. United Supreme Council expected, but now Louisiana's established lodges in Texas and also Michigan. Yep, admit him. You're welcome to come on board and we can have this conversation. If you feel like you want to talk about it, let's do that. Now, Josh Flesko said, can you explain how the most wishful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Louisiana is allowed to invade the most wishful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Michigan territories. Explain it. He did it. He did it, and there's no repercussion to it. So whatever he's doing, you may think that is wrong. As long as there's no repercussion to what he's doing, then it's right. I could sit here and say all day, brother, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. But there's no repercussion to telling somebody they're wrong because you're agreeing with them. There's no kickback on that. If a person is wrong, there should be some kickback. Somebody should be able to say, brother, that's wrong. And then there should be circumstances and situation that comes along to let them know you're done, bro. But they haven't done it. What's up, Brother Harris? How you doing today? Glad to have you in the Zoom. Brother Dietrich, how you doing? Now, look, any of you that's in this Zoom can speak on this topic. Don't act like you're just here for visitation purposes just to be on the Zoom. We need to have this conversation. I ain't having a conversation by myself tonight. I'm checking out my chat. What's up, DJ? I appreciate you, bro. Greetings to you. Greetings. It's good to see you out. Let's see. When the meeting starts, oh, got tomorrow. Yeah, we got a meeting tomorrow too. What's up, William Woodson? What's going on with you? Greetings, brother Tony. I like. All right. Yeah, you know, bro. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. All right. Is not letting me join. Charles, I think you're already in, brother. I think you're already in. So with that being said, brother, Past Grandmaster Diaz, I need you to speak to me, brother. Don't just be up in here looking cute.
I had to get my headphones, big brother. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I need you to speak to me. I can't be
man. You got me laughing, man.
Bro, I can't be by myself because it seems to me, you know.
Slaughter sound like the new John G. Jones.
Well, brother, here's the difference, though. Here's the difference. You can turn your volume down in the background, but here's the difference. The difference between him and John G. Jones is that he's a setting grand master of a Prince Hall Grand Lodge. John G. Jones was not. That's the key difference. Now, here's what he's doing. He took it a step farther. He says, okay, I'm the most puissant sovereign grand commander, or the sovereign grand commander, some like to say. And now what I'm going to do is that as a grand master, not only am I going to open up consistories in your state, I'm going to open up lodges in your state. And they're going to come up under me. Now,
nothing they can do.
Oh, you mean to tell me there's nothing they can do, bro?
Nothing. He got the crown. He the grandmaster. He got the East. He got the charter. You voted him in. You put him in position. He must know the bylaws. He knows what he's doing. His secretaries, Junior Warden, he got people behind him. So he's not just marching out there by himself. And if you got the receipts, it's done. Hey. So he's doing it.
Well, see, Mr. James asked the question, can Slaughter open up a John G. Jones Grand Lodge? That's not for me to say.
He can call it whatever he wants.
It's his prerogative. But I'm going to say he can't, but that's because I know some stuff that you don't know right now, Mr. James. See, I can say he can't, but he's not doing that under John G. Jones jurisdiction. He's doing that up under a Prince Hall jurisdiction. So to answer your question, yes, he can because he's doing it right now. I had left home, brother. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and this is the thing that I'm reading, man. Look. So just so you know where I got my receipts from, I am in the Prince Hall Connection Group, okay? Now, they've been searching for me a long time. They've been calling me cowards and eavesdroppers. I'm having a little fun tonight. Boy, this shit right here got me off the chain. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not being petty, but this right here got me cracking up tonight, y'all. I'm just being honest. It's having a little fun because they got
I don't last long in those groups, brother. I'm sure you see.
Well, look, you don't last long because you come out. I be quiet. I be quiet. It ain't personal.
I like to get it going.
Yeah,
I like to start the fight sometimes.
Yeah, you get it going. You know, but I'm looking at what they've been putting out, man, and they are pissed. I mean, they even got a past grandmaster talking about the issue at hand. If you really want to do something about that. Now, I'm being serious now. If you really want to do something about Slaughter, you're going to have to sever your ties with Slaughter through your council of grand masters. Other than that, he can do whatever he wants to do. Period. And I'm gonna tell you why the Council of Grand Masters will not sever ties with Slaughter. He would take PHA down.
He's the franchise. He got the it factor.
Jordan, baby. He's the Michael Jordan. He's the LeBron James. He's that guy.
You can't take LeBron out the NBA.
No.
Take LeBron off the Lakers. The Lakers is going right back to 10 wins a year. Nobody's watching. They're about to sell the team. So they gotta bend. So they're gonna bend.
Oh man, and I'm checking the whole play. I'm checking out the whole play. See, this thing started about 5 or 6 years ago. And for those of you who don't know, there's a Facebook page that Slaughter has, and it dealt with past Sovereign Grand Commander Gregory Vaughn, I think that's his name, if I'm not mistaken, and how the money and stuff got mishandled. You know, now you do know that Slaughter won two court cases against PHA, and he got paid a grip. I've been reading
a little bit about him, but
bro, I
didn't want to just jump out there. But yeah, he's very interesting.
Bro, I'm jumping out there and I'm swimming in the water.
He's on tour, seems like.
He on tour, bro. He done been to Oklahoma, he done been to Washington, and then they still considered him. I think he just was at the Imperial Potentate Grand Council. He was just a few months back.
He's a hell of a chess player.
Man, chess ain't the word. The brother's playing something else. Chess ain't the
3D
word.
chess. He played 3 at a time.
And not only was he there at the Imperial Potentate Gala, the Imperial Potentate made a donation to him.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait. Somebody talk back to me because this ain't right. This ain't right.
I just been sitting in the back watching, but like I said, I don't have too much firsthand. So, but from my point of view, look like he playing bully ball. Seeing what you're gonna do about it.
Man,
I'm in your state. I got all the rights to be here. You're here. I see that you're here, but you're not under my counsel. You're not doing what I'm doing. And if you don't want to, it seems like if they're gonna unrecognize him or they're not gonna send immunity to his grand lodges, I don't think he much cares, and he's probably gonna take half their membership because he must be doing something a little bit different for everybody to support him.
Well, I would say this: he has at least a minimum of 20 grand lodges as far as dealing with his Supreme Council.
In 5 years.
5 years, 20.
Yeah, they ain't too happy with him right now.
And I know I got brothers who are part of Prince Hall, Grand Lodges, and we talk all the time, you know. And the thing is, you know, I'm just saying, in this case, if you think that he's clandestine, which you do call him, and you really believe that, your Council of Grand Lodges is going to have to step up and do something about that issue. It ain't, I mean, I don't have no.
Where's the Masonic police at?
Hey, bro, I don't know what he at. I ain't got no. They
don't pull up on him.
They pull me over all the time, but they ain't pulling him over.
They shut me down as much as they can. Man, they don't got no smoke for Slaughter.
Man,
they don't want no smoke for Slaughter.
That should have been the name of the topic tonight. See, no smoke for Slaughter.
You know something, Brother Hawkins,
what up, bro?
One of the things that was going on, there was a conversation that was being had amongst some of the brothers this week, where we were talking about the Grand Lodge of Illinois, and I believe that's right, and how they are basically Indiana. Thank you. How they're basically stealing from the coffers, but nobody could do anything because the people that are getting paid from the coffers are the members of the Grand Lodge. Ooh. So nobody's voting nobody out. Nobody's doing nothing because basically that's taking money out of their pockets. So the solution that we had come up with was that if you are affiliated or have treaties with this Grand Lodge, these other Grand Lodges need to investigate it.
And I told him you might need to reach out to Inspector General because all right, so there's a guy. He's on Facebook. It's a page, Masonic Heirlooms. Me, my grand secretary Bess, and Nico. We spoke to him yesterday. He reached out. He just wanted some advice, so he reached out to me. We spoke, and Man, that shit wild. I ain't gonna lie. He got some receipts. He's accusing these guys of pretty much embezzling damn near 100,000 a year.
Woo!
For 15 years.
Damn near 100,000 a year.
For 15 years. And basically playing pass the chairs around, musical chairs in the lodge. Accuse them of being overly racist.
Hey, cut your volume down. Somebody.
Yeah. You can hear me better.
Yep, got you.
Yeah, I mean he went off the deep end and he's been posting it for weeks and months. And
wow.
I didn't say anything at first because I'm like, man, this looks kind of crazy. But when we spoke to him, I mean, he seems sincere. I mean, he seems really hurt. He seems sincere. He had the receipts. He's naming names. He got police reports, files.
Here's the thing. Let's just be honest. People get hurt in Freemasonry.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. I mean, we're having a light conversation, but the overall picture is that people get hurt in Freemasonry. And this is how they get hurt. You have a sitting Grand Master. You have a sitting Secretary and Treasurer. And we know it's at the will and pleasure of the Grand Master that the bills get paid and that he can do certain things. But when he violates his oath of obligation to his jurisdiction, he should be brought up on charges. Now, here's the thing. Most jurisdictions don't have a way of dealing with that issue. They don't. Mm-hmm. And what happens is when a Grand Master has that much authority, which he should have over the whole entire jurisdiction, and he has no limits, man, he kills it. And people often say that, well, you know, that only happens in ancient, free, and accepted Masons. You guys be stealing money. You bring in your members.
He's saying he's from Grand Lodge, state of Indiana. He burned his fez. He burned his crown. Wow. He burned his certificates. I mean, I thought he was going like manic, like he lost his mind. But
he was dead upset.
Yeah, he got turned into John Wick.
That's like the ultimate vote of no confidence, to sit there and take the items that were bestowed upon you for the degree work that you've accomplished and to destroy them in flame. That's no confidence at all.
Yeah, I didn't want to touch it, man, but I was like, man, he's in distress. He's been throwing it up for a long time. And I'm just like, all right, well, let me at least let him be a sounding board, get it off his chest. But when I heard it, I said, damn. And then when he showed me everything, I'm just like, you know, I don't want to jump to conclusions. You don't want to take just one person's story, especially if they're a little hurt. But I mean, information's information. Once you got it and you're looking at it, you're gonna come to your own conclusions. And
yeah, that is true. That is certainly true.
And just to keep it in context, the reason that I brought it up is because, I mean, if this sovereign is in any way overstepping his bounds, the only way that this person can be stopped or otherwise is by having those entities that have treaties with him or with his entity, is to have those treaties dissolved, because he's abusing his power.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna let you know right now. The lodges that supports him, they're not going nowhere. It's a wrap. They're not moving. They joined him. They joined him. Okay?
That's what I told him. That's a suicide what you did.
You know, so if they join him, they're not going nowhere. They already know what he's about.
Right. It's basically what he did was he stacked the deck and he started getting all these grand lodges that would back him anyway. And now he got all the authority, all the power. He done got him all those generals and made him a nice Masonic army with all those grand lodges.
Politics as usual.
Probably, yeah, pretty much. But I'm going to change this just for a second, because I do want to touch on brothers and sisters who get hurt within Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star. And the reason I want to touch on that is not only because of what you were just saying, Brother Diaz, but it's true. I don't care what jurisdiction you in. Brothers of the craft, sisters of the order, some have been hurt, man, because of leadership, and because of leadership and how they've been treated in the organization that's supposed to be about brotherly love and sisterhood. And they've gotten hurt because people who are supposed to be in charge of bringing harmony within an organization has now totally destroyed it. Totally. And people get hurt. They be like, I ain't messing with a Mason no more. I don't want to do that. Although it's not the fraternity itself, it's the ones you put in leadership. What you have to do is when that time comes to vote, he has to be gone. She has to be gone. You need to change your constitution and your bylaws so in case someone gets out of check, you can check them. Most jurisdictions don't have bylaws or constitution that can check the Grand Master. That's it. That's how you solve that situation. Plain and simple. And I
gotta make sure the environment's good.
Oh yeah, and that's the only way it's gonna work, you know. But right now with this situation with Slaughter, you know, Brother Hunter, I would suggest, brother, that you do one or two things. You're going to have to put a shirt on, brother. You lied.
It's a wild boy.
Trying to get us some views, my bad, brothers. Trying to get us some views.
Look, those ain't the right kind of views. They make the right kind of views. We don't want them kind of views.
You still my brother, but you wild, boy.
Oh, boy, you crazy. You crazy.
They get you an avatar, son.
Brother Harris, talk to me, Brother Harris. You down in the night? You didn't logged in. You didn't pitched in. I need to hear from you. What you got? Brother Harris, he muted, but he can. I'm gonna ask him. He can ask him to unmute himself, so he can have this conversation. Brother James, I called you brother. Brother James, talk to me now. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. So tonight's conversation, we're dealing with Slaughter, you know, and him invading other Masonic jurisdictions. That's what we're dealing with tonight. And if you want to join us live on Zoom, you're welcome to do that. But this, man, this has to be one of those things where you're like, wow, when is it going to stop? This is almost like a merry-go-round. Go ahead.
What are they gonna do? I was reading somewhere that I don't want to get this wrong, but one of the Prince Hall Grand Lodges had reached out and started forming a lodge overseas, and they had ran into the same issue that the Grand Lodge from overseas said that the Grand Lodge. Oh man, I wish I had it on top of my head. I want to say it's Maryland or one of those. I want to say Maryland. They started a lodge overseas. Mm-hmm. The Grand Lodge overseas basically wrote, and I think they lost. I think they weren't recognized anymore by the rest of the Grand Lodges until they corrected that overseas. So I wonder what happens if Slaughter goes overseas.
Well, Slaughter has gone overseas. Slaughter has gone overseas.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Hey, bro, Diaz, you said it right. He John Wick. You said it right. He John Wick.
Yeah, he John Wick, bro.
Hey,
I gotta get him in his flowers. He turned into John Wick out here.
If I'm not mistaken, he went over to France.
Okay.
France. But I think this is Yancey. Is that Yancey in here tonight? Home Flight Transportation LLC already there. Come on, talk back to me. All right. Brother said he appreciated me asking him to join the show, but he's out with the family. I think that was Brother Harris that said that. Brother Yancey, is that you? You're welcome to tune in. Brother Wilford B. Smith, what's going on with you? Brother Morpheus, what you got to say?
I'm just listening, man. I don't have too much to say. I'm just listening. I'm just getting the game.
Well, I tell you what, this is interesting only because of the whole scenario. I mean, the whole thing that's been brewing for a while, and I've been following it. I ain't gonna lie, I've been following it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't followed it. I have been following this situation and kind of watching it, and it's just been like, wow. You know, one brother said, The fact is that Randolph Slaughter, Grand Master of the most wishful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Louisiana, is a modern day John G. Jones, a father of Black clandestine Mason. And he is disturbing the peace and harmony among PHA jurisdiction that we have enjoyed for decades for no other reason but to attend and retain power and influence. Oh my goodness, but you can't do nothing with him. See, you guys, you flipped John G. Jones. You supposed to have expelled him, suspended him, or whatever. Another jurisdiction brought up charges on Jones. Then you get kicked out. Yeah, that's me. Thanks for brother. Love you. Oh, okay, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. No problem. You enjoy the family. Enjoy the family. So when I read this, I'm like, well, you can do the same thing you did to Jones. You can kick him out and say bye-bye. You can do that. But I don't think they got the balls to do it. That's just me. I'm saying, and you can call it what you want. I don't think they have the balls to do it. Thoughts? Anybody? Thoughts? I need to hear back. I need to know your thoughts on this because this is crazy.
Sound like he's stepping on people.
Stepping ain't the word, brother. He didn't totally like bamboozle, hook, wink, and everything. I mean, you know.
Well, we're supposed to be industrious, right? We're supposed to seek new ways and blaze new trails.
Hey,
and history repeats itself also. So I mean, it's that time. We're in a new
in 2023. I'm gonna share this, brother. Sam Thornton said, "I am a PH. I am okay." He's in PHA consistory only governs 4 through 33. Slaughter cannot open lodges in other states. Well, I'm going to share this with you, my brother. Slaughter has opened other lodges in other states. He opened a lodge in Texas. He did that. He opened a lodge in Texas. He's a Grand Master now. Whether you want to believe it or not, what I can do is send it to you where he did do that. He opened a lodge in Texas. And I'm going to tell you, this is how it went down. Okay, so it says, you mean to tell me the United Supreme Council? Yeah, I saw that, but it is a Blue Lodge being established in another Grand Lodge territory. And then it goes on to say, that's what I'm talking about. There is a Blue Lodge in Texas that is under the dispensation of Louisiana right now. And that comes from Slaughter.
It's his territory.
It's
his dependencies. Those members wanted it. He put his flag up. He gets 2 more. He's gonna have a Grand Lodge there.
He did put his flag up. I ain't saying that it's right, you know, because I don't have a dog in the fight.
Well, they're trying to say he's X amount of miles from the next lodge and all the other stuff, so they should join this one versus that one.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how their bylaws are written, but he did it.
That's the thing, you know. That's the thing. I don't know how their bylaws are structured. However, if he's able to do that, then it tells me that his bylaws for his jurisdictions allows him to do exactly that. That's what I got. You know, it allows it to happen. But that's on him.
And he's the most puissant.
And he the most puissant.
Yeah, good luck.
He's a Grand Master and the most puissant.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, he's wielding power like no other.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Let's see that. Let me see. Brother Aries changed the name of RSA, Randolph Slaughter affiliation. Yeah, you can do that, Brother Aries. You might as well. The shrine just gave Slaughter a grand title as grand advisor to the daughters of it. What? Are you serious? Oh, it's over. It's over. Sam Thornton just said he can open. Okay, this Sam Thornton. You said you remember PHA. You said the Shriners gave Slaughter. Let him in. The Shriners gave Slaughter a grand title as the grand advisor of the daughters of the Imperial Council. It's a wrap. What's up, Sam? What's going on? Hey, man, this is it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna say this because I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm watching the fight. In order for Prince Hall to maintain their sanity, this is why they cannot release Randolph Slaughter. They can't let him go. They cannot let him go. If they let that dog out the gate, it's a wrap. If you think I'm lying, think about the situation in hand. Because he's a grandmaster and he's a sovereign grand commander. And he's won 2 court cases. And they owe him millions. I think they owe him like 2 million, something like that. That's a
They're funding this? They're funding this?
Well, they lost in court. They took him to court to sue and they lost.
So essentially they're funding him doing this to them.
Bruh, look, here's what I got.
Hilarious.
Here's what I got. I got 2 copies of checks. I got 2 copies of checks. Each check was $250,000 a piece. Okay. I'm just saying there's more out there, but that's the 2 that I got. And for those of you who don't believe me, you can go to Regular versus Irregular. Those check copies have been posted over there, and you can go into that gallery and pull them out. Okay, that's a fact. Not only that, you're looking at the fact that this man has won 2 court cases, and like you said, yeah, they're funding this. He ain't lost nothing.
I mean, I'm still kind of in troll mode. That is the funniest thing in the world to me. Like, imagine me want to be like, all right, well, I'm the most Poussin and a grandmaster. I'm gonna expand to new territories because I'm obviously playing the rules better than you. And you're gonna finance me because you tried to sue me, lost. So you're gonna pay for every travel expense, all the hotels. You're probably gonna pay for the regalia because you try to sue him again, you're gonna buy another temple for him. Like,
now,
I mean, he's up.
Here's the funny part. I just got notice of just looking in here. Oh, Slaughter opened up a lodge in Virginia Island, the Virgin Islands. I'm sorry, Virgin Islands. Not only that, is more than 2 million that they owe that he won. I don't know.
2 million.
He won more than 2 million. I mean, he's.
Somebody gonna have to call. Where the police at? How did he do this? Where the Masonic police?
Brother Sam Thornton, if you don't mind, you can definitely come in on if you choose to, or you can hit the chat button. You don't have anything you want to do is okay with me. I just need to have a better understanding.
Yeah, greetings. I heard that he helped open up a Grand Lodge in either the Virgin Islands or the Bahamas. That was like 2-3 years ago. Him and several PHA Oklahoma guys teamed up and they helped set that up there, that Grand Lodge in Bahamas,
right?
Virgin Islands.
And then he also got something in Oklahoma, because like you said, those brothers did go with him to do that in the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands. So I'm watching the whole thing play out. Yes, he has a lodge in the Virgin Islands. Yes, he does. All I'm trying to do is just figure out the fact. This is me. This is my own personal opinion from the outside looking in, not really understanding the whole total dynamics. You might as well embrace the whole situation. Because there's nothing you can really do, because if you let him go, if you cut him, you're cutting your nose off. If you cut him, you can't do it. He holds that much power. And for what I understand, as I said earlier, he's known as the Dean of Grand Masters. I mean, correct me, brother Sam, you're there more so I am. Isn't that what they call him?
Yes, he's called the Dean of Grandmasters.
Okay.
He's probably the longest sitting PHA Grandmaster right now.
Well, what he got? 25?
Deary Vaughn died, Oklahoma Grandmaster Deary Vaughn.
Right. Okay. And all I'm saying, I'm gonna say this here. This is not the Pope fund. I'm gonna be honest, because of what people have been saying in regards to the man himself, is that he's this and he's that. But if he's these things, why is he still part of your jurisdiction? if he's these things. If it was me, I'll just have to go and embrace God because that's what he's rolling like. Call it what you want. You might as well embrace it and say, look, man, let us try to work together and hash this thing out. You do you on the Sovereign Grand Commander side, and we'll do us. And if brothers choose to go with you as far as those upper houses are concerned, let them go with you. That, to me, that would be the best way to roll. I mean, I'm trying to look at this as far as keeping harmony within your whole entire body. Because right now, there's no other way you can do it. Call it what you want, say what you want. There's no other way you can do it. Mr. James, it seems like you left me. Come on back and talk to me. You can put it in the chat room, Mr. James. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. Greeting, Dexter. How you doing? Most wishful Universal Grand Lodge, Swede, Port, Louisiana. How you doing? He said, laughing my ass off. My son and police eating donuts right now. Oh man, this is evening, brothers. Yeah, this has got to be one of those times when you have to sit back and really think about masonry. And let me tell you why. Because earlier I said people get hurt in this thing. And there's a story that when you got two titans, when you got two titans that are fighting up here, they're not concerned about all the damage that they're doing below them. And then when they get done fighting and tearing up the whole damn thing that they have to build, that they have helped to build over all of these years, and when they're done fighting, they look below them, they done tore up everything that they call themselves building up, because they was fighting over what you call perceived power. Perceived. Instead of them saying, okay, you know what? If brothers want to work with you and go with you, that's cool. Brothers want to work with you and go with you, that's cool. But we'll come together to make this thing work for the betterment of us all. But you can't do that. And that's what that pisses me off within the ancient free and accepted Masons confine. Let's just be honest. You know, when you got 20 Grand Lodges in a state or 15 Grand Lodges in a state, they're all saying ancient free and accepted. They're all saying John G. Jones. That's all great. But what happens is you can't work together. I'm not saying I got to come hang out in your lodge. I'm saying you can't work together to build harmony amongst yourselves. But if you're able to do that, then that shows you what Masonry is truly all about. This is why in the state of California, we have worked that side. We've worked to have harmony with other Masonic bodies who are ancient free and accepted Masons. Period. You have to. Because when you do that, you show what Masonry is all about. And then people can say, oh man, I love to be a part of that. Because they see that you are about the works. You know, and there's a few Grand Lodges in the state of California I won't touch. And that's true. I won't touch them because I've been hurt. I ain't lying. I've been hurt, bro. I was like, I ain't messing with you. I'm not saying I don't speak to you. I never said I didn't respect you. I just don't mess with you like that. Period. And that's of my own choice. You know, of my own free will and accord. And I think a lot of times we tend to forget that it is of your own free will and accord. The organization for which you are part of is a volunteer organization. It's a business. Freemasonry is a business. And if anybody tell you something different, they lying to you. And I can prove it's a business because most Grand Lodges, if not all, got state licensing, saying that they can operate as a business, that they can do business, commerce, they can do it in the state. Now, if you didn't have a business license, you wouldn't have a bank account. Plain and simple. You need that to have a bank account. So you're doing business. But if you really want to speak, if you really want to stick to the true essence of Freemasonry, I'm talking about the grit of it, you have an organization that wouldn't exist like a business. It will exist like an organization that is underground, that is secret, that is where you have to knock on the door to be a member. It will exist like an organization that will send you a letter and say you have been selected to be a part of this organization, period. It doesn't exist like that anymore. Masonry is out of the shadows. It's been out of the shadows for a long time. And now you have organizations that establish themselves as businesses, and the state say, yeah, great, as long as I can get a cut. period. You know, although you may be a 501c, whatever nonprofit business, but that's what you are. Plain and simple. And I've heard it on both sides. I heard brothers say, well, you guys are operating as a business. If you got a bank account, you're going to operate as a business unless that bank account is in that individual's name who's Grand Master. And I've seen that happen. I've seen it to where the Grand Master's name is on the checking account and it's in his name. Man, that is not smart. I know of an organization, okay? I'm telling you what I know, not secondhand. I'm talking about firsthand information where the Grand Master was so full of himself, they refinanced the building, one and his members signed off on it, got the money and left the Grand Lodge holding the bag. That happened. He left the state. He was like, oh, yeah, sign the paperwork, boom, boom, boom. He gets the money in his account. He leaves the state. The Grand Lodge is holding the bag and they lose their building. This happened in California. So people get hurt in masonry because of the leaders that they have in office and they have no recourse. They're not bonded. The leaders are not bonded. Give fundraisers last week and, oh, okay. Really? Oh, that's great, Dexter. That's what I'm talking about right there. Gave a fundraiser and the brothers from PHA came out to support the brothers from Ancient Free, when that's what it should be all about. That's really should be the essence of Freemasonry instead of this thing that we have amongst ourselves. Just a few weeks ago, I would say this, just a few weeks ago when I was in Chicago, there was a vote taken and they did solidify to establish a united General Grand Masonic Congress to where all who are of the ancient, free, and accepted Mason family can come and fellowship under that banner without losing their titles, because that seems to me, no matter where you at, that seems to me one of the hangups with some of the jurisdictions. Who's going to be in charge? Da, 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 da. Once you work out those things about who's in charge and if there's money involved, once you move that out the way, you're able to do a whole lot of things. And I appreciate the brothers in Chicago in the Congress that was there to actually say, okay, we can make this happen. And now we're in the process of well, it's already incorporated. You know, it's already been incorporated. Now that process has begun to bring in a united General Grand Masonic Congress with Masonic lodges who wants to work together. I'm not saying everybody's going to work together. I'm not saying that. I said if you want to work together, because some people just don't get along, and it's okay. It's really okay. I'm just checking out the chat, seeing what's going on, and seeing who else is there.
I got a question on that.
Go ahead.
Is there a such thing as congressional charters?
No, not that I know of.
Because I know, like, when you think of like the Red Cross, for example, they're chartered by Congress. So Congress chartered the Red Cross, so they fund them, they oversight them, but they don't control, they don't put their CEOs, they're still independently run, but Congress chartered them. I guess that was a theory. I didn't know if that was a thing for Masonry.
Well, it could be, and I don't know about it. I won't say that it's not. Is there any?
That basically just means that they are recognized by the federal government and also receive monies to operate under a specific set of dialogue to operate in the United States and anywhere else. So they receive federal money to operate, and basically you just think of it like this, because you know the just like the Salvation Army, they have a real group of people that operate under a specific charter with the United States. You know, so it's similar to that.
I need Yancey to unmute himself and come on and join this conversation. He's the Grand Master of the universe. Come on in, bro. Stop playing. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Those I've been knowing him for a while, so he's welcome to go ahead and unmute himself and join in. I see your chat, but I need to hear your voice. Brother Dexter, that goes for you too. Brother Dexter's out of Atlanta. Dietrich is out of Atlanta. Come on, talk to me. And this is the thing sometimes, just like I'm having this conversation, and there are brothers on here, this is what happens at your lodge meetings a lot of times. You wait till after the lodge meeting is over, people are now in office, now you want to talk about it. When you had the opportunity to really speak on the issues in your lodge, you chose not to. When you had the time and the issues to speak on what was happening in your chapter, you didn't want to do it. Now you're having parking lot meetings. This is the time, just like any other time when you're in your lodge meetings, to speak on a subject or a topic that is definitely in line with Freemasonry and how we should conduct ourselves to definitely keep and maintain harmony within the jurisdiction. Because we all, I ain't gonna say we all, but for those of us who have been around for a minute, have come in conflict or have had some issues with a grand master or a jurisdiction to where you felt a certain way. And it's just true. It is true. We can say whatever we want to say, how we want to chop it up. That is true. If you disagree with me, say no. You don't disagree with me, you can comment. I'm trying to get you involved with a topic that most don't want to talk about. Peace,
brother.
Who's speaking?
It's Yancey, man.
Yancey, talk to me.
What's up with it? Hey, bro, I'm still trying to knock on the door, man. I'm out of Pasadena, actually. I've been to a few lodges. I got family that's Masons. I'm just trying to educate myself on what is, what's going on currently right now. And it's interesting, man, because I've been following you. I've been listening and listening to the brothers. I'm trying to get more into it and get involved, but I'm just trying to see what's the forecast as of now.
Well, I'm going to share this with you, Brother Yancey. The forecast, anytime you join a Masonic Lodge, you got to make sure that it's right for you. Okay? I don't pick and choose. I'm where I'm at because it's right for me. If you want to be part of PHO, PHA, Modern Free, some consider Modern Free International not to be really, really Masonry, but who am I to throw a rock? All I'm saying is wherever you go, you have to make sure it's right for you, that you're going to be able to enjoy Masonry in its totality for where you're at. And when you find that lodge, when you knock on that door and find those group of brothers who are going to support you and you want to support them, there you find Freemasonry. There's where you're going to find Freemasonry. I mean, I know brothers get caught up on the legitimacy when you're not legitimate and you're not this and you're not that. It's beyond that. You got to get beyond that part. That's small talk. To be honest, that's really small talk. We're talking about you when you join Freemasonry, that is going to be in your heart first. And if it's there first, the lodge that you join, they have to meet expectations. And what happens a lot of times, brothers and sisters don't have expectations because they don't know exactly what they're looking for. But I would tell you this, Masonry, for what it's worth, is a great organization across the board. It truly is. In the process of it being a great organization, you have to find that lodge that's going to suit your needs for where you're at. Okay? It's going to have to be a place that you feel comfortable. I'm at home. These brothers that I'm with, they really treat me with respect and honor. It feels home to me. And if it doesn't feel home to you, then you're in the wrong spot. That's the truth. You can shape that up however you want to shape it. You know, that's my commentary. You know, I have Brother Sam, and I called him brother. Yes, I did. If he's still on here tonight, he's a Prince Hall Mason. He can tell you, come, hey, brother, check me out. Give him your phone number, Brother Sam. You can hit him in the chat. Give him your phone. I don't know what state Yancey's in, but give him your number. He can hit you up. That may be the lodge for you. You know, and that's what people have to do when they're searching for a Masonic jurisdiction that they want to join. Go ahead, brother Diaz. Were you going to say something?
I'll just say, like you said, you gotta go where you feel welcome. A lot of people are scared to shake things up because personally what I've been witnessing is people who become Freemasons, they usually join because a family member or a close friend or coworker, and that person decides they want to stay with, say, that jurisdiction or that lodge, and that person knows that they can find better somewhere else or something that better suits them, but they become comfortable and they just start conforming to the environment instead of walking their own path. And that's what's going to take for people to do. They're going to have to start taking their own travels in their own hand and finding what suits them. And Freemasonry is wide and vast. So what you want is there.
Well, I would say this here, and I'm only going to speak for where I'm at because I can't speak on everybody's, because I'm on the outside looking in when I speak in regards to other individuals' jurisdiction. I'm only going to speak for where I'm at. And I can say for where I'm at, I mean, we've had our issues. We have our ups and downs, but overall, we've been able to weather the storm because of how we feel as far as individuals who are in leadership. You must be able to listen as a leader. You just can't be, well, I'm this and what I say goes. You have to be able to listen to your craft and to your sisters. Brother Smith, go ahead.
Okay.
Not your daughter. I'm talking to you, Brother Smith.
Yeah. She started disturbing me at this. She started talking.
Go ahead.
Right now, this brother, he said he's in Pasadena.
Yes.
So the next time we go to LA, if he would like to actually come talk to us or anything, we'll be in that area. For the big picture of things, if you feel as though and your leadership is not the leadership that you want, yes, you should leave. But as just, these are people that have been in masonry for 20 years, 20, 30 years. They're grandmasters, they're this, they're that. You know, they're potentates. They've been in for 20, 30 years, maybe even longer. These are the people that in the end, people start looking at. Such, like, I even say, like you, Tony, people look at you a different way. Oh, he's Tony Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to elect him King Allah, PHA, that's what they do. They look at him a different way because he's been in for so long and he's been active. That's the thing. If you've been there and you've been active for so long and you be on the grind, you basically do what you want to do. That's like if LeBron James was was playing basketball all those years and he would have got hurt in those years, he wouldn't be as great as he is right now.
Okay. Okay.
That's that power position, Smitty.
I can understand what the brother is saying, but I don't agree with it.
Well, I see it. I hear what he's saying too, and I can go either way. But I would prefer a person who's been elected to a position. I would prefer if that person would listen to the organization for which he leads. He has his ideas, but the organization has its ideal in the direction that it wants you to take them. And you being elected leader should take them in that direction. Because in the end, they're going to vote you out anyway.
A lot of
You know?
Yeah, that's like a mission statement.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But then again, you know, whoever's in charge is only good as the members anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Whoever's in charge is only as good as the members anyway. If the members ain't, if who's ever in charge putting in some private kind of work, but the members ain't really seeing his vision, it's not going to work anyway because it's not for the benefits of the presence of the Lord. And see, that's that's the reason why I wanted to I wanted to say I didn't agree with you, brother. It's not that you didn't have a point. I just didn't agree with you for the simple reason that just take for instance, like the brother said a few minutes ago, history repeating itself. You could sit around and look at the same things these forefathers did, and this good old guy scheme is still working today. But the people of society is not even sitting around there going for it, period. That's the reason why we got so much chaos. But let's just get back to the lodge. It's the same thing inside the lodge, because see, sometimes what's on the outside you bring the outside, and you bring the outside into your house when you're not staying on what's right and what Masonry is all about and what it's been about. If you don't went up there and you don't got your degrees and your job is to raise this brother up to his degrees so he can go ahead on and raise somebody else up under his degrees, then you putting in work. Masonry is doing what it's supposed to do. But see, my thing of it is if you just want to be up there in charge all the time, then don't turn the whole lodge into a dictatorship, what do you have?
Yeah. You spoke a mouthful right there. When you said turn into a dictatorship, you spoke a mouthful right there. That's just the truth of the matter. And a lot of times we don't accept truth very well. You know, a lot of times we don't. The rejected stone.
I just wanted to piggyback on what he just said right now. He made some interesting points, because that's another reason. So right now, I'm an '80s baby. So a lot of guys I'm starting to meet now, a lot of brothers I'm starting to meet. You know, I mentioned to them like, "Hey man, you ever heard of Freemasonry?" And they like, "Yeah, I heard about it. You know, my granddad used to do it," or something like that. I'm like, "Man, we should tap in with and find us a lodge and go." They're like, "Oh man, it's gonna be just like, you know, just like you know, like how you said, like a dictatorship." So it's like what I grew up on, I'm starting to, I mean, is that realistic? Like, is that a thing of the past? And I should just roll with what it is now, going in and being initiated, or, you know, or should I keep looking for that hidden gem that I'm trying to look for right now? Because I've been going through a lot of state meetings, man, and dinners, man, and the vibe ain't right at all. I'm like, how can I get another brother that I know that's like-minded, that's trying to like grow? You know what I'm saying? Because we all out here, I feel like it's a lot of guys that I meet. We all lone wolves right now. We trying to create our own community or, you know, group to kind of like, you know, lead a better life, bro. Just and move forward.
I would share this with you, Brother Yancey. You being in Pasadena, if I'm not mistaken, you're not far from us. When we travel to LA at least once a week or twice a month anyway, that way, because we have a lodge in LA, and we have chapters in LA. So if you want to just hook up on a weekend, we can sit down face to face. If that's something you truly desire and you want to do, if you want to make it happen.
Yeah, that is, man. That is.
All right, you got my number?
I got in contact with Sam right now. So me and him tapped in. Sam Thornton, brother Sam.
Okay.
No, I don't have your number though, brother.
Well, I'm gonna. Hey, Nico, put my number in that chat for me.
I got him.
Okay. And I don't know if brother Sam, I don't know if you're in California or not, but if you are, that's cool.
Oh no, I'm in Texas.
You in Texas? Okay. Well, y'all still can talk it up. You still can chat it up.
Oh, okay. What part of Texas you in, Sam?
I'm in Dallas, Texas. Harmony Grand Lodge,
Right
AF and EM.
Okay. My uncle stay out there. I come out there time to time to Garland.
Okay. All right. When y'all connect, and while we're here on the West Coast, definitely my number's in the chat. So just hit me up and we'll make it happen. We'll get you, or we'll find a place for you where you're going to get the enjoyment of Freemason without all of the BS. I'm not saying it's going to be great all the time. I'm saying I want you, if you choose to, I want you to enjoy the fullness of Freemasonry. That's what I want from you, because I'm hearing what you're saying. But you got to want it too. And from what I'm hearing, that's what you want out of Freemasonry. The stone. Go ahead.
I play devil's advocate.
Go for it. Play it.
All right. What accountability does the craft have when you elect the worship master and it's his will and pleasure? When you say that he's being tyrannical or you don't like his position,
you should bring him up on. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
From hearing that first statement, you should bring him up on Masonic charges.
Okay. But you voted him. You voted him into the East.
Doesn't matter. You voted.
He made it through the warden seats.
You voted the president in. You can impeach him.
Yeah. But what accountability is the craft to you put him there? You didn't know this was who he was?
Hey man, some people wait. They see you got 2.5 million in the bank, and they wait.
Now everybody's your friend.
Hey, 2.5 million in 5 years, I'm gonna be grandmaster, or maybe 10. I'm young, I'm watching it. I'm being groomed and you don't even know it. And I'm watching the power of a grandmaster, what he can and can't do. You have nothing in place that can stop me from being a tyrant. Oh yeah, baby.
See, in the East, there's a spiritual aspect to it, at least for me, which keeps you in bounds, where you don't abuse the power, but sometimes you do have to push against the craft to get things done sometimes.
Never said you didn't, but you have to get them to see what you're trying to do. But when you have a dictator or somebody coming in bullying because he has these certain rights as the person in charge, there should be something in place to restrain him from tearing up the damn place.
That's facts.
You know, right. And that's something I learned along the way. That's not something that happened overnight. That comes from like being in the organization 32 years, seeing a grand master who was, this mother sucker didn't even want to step out of office. He couldn't run no more. And he tried to flip it by bringing in an extra lodge to vote. But you can't bring an extra lodge to vote until the Grand Lodge accepts the lodge. But him being Grand Master at the time, he felt that he had the authority to bring in that lodge because the Grand Lodge wasn't in session. So when the Grand Lodge is in session, the Grand Master is the Grand Lodge. But the Grand Lodge has to vote on bringing that lodge in. Although the Grand Master may be able to give him a dispensation, but the charter comes from the Grand Lodge. That's an agreement.
Correct.
Now, that's how we do it here. Now, someplace else may say, look, Grand Master got full authority. Because there's no restraints there for him. He gets out of line. There's no restraints. There's no boundaries for him. So he can be John Wick in a sense. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot of turning to John Wick. But it's sometimes chaos brings new order. So sometimes you need somebody to it's almost like you have to see it not wrong, but until we had Trump, we didn't Biden, some of the things he's pulling off with executive orders. Obama didn't do that. He didn't think he could do it politically. He knew that it was above board where he could do it by law, but he didn't think it would be accepted. Trump didn't care. And now Biden doesn't care.
Now that's the difference between one who wants to get shit done and one who wants to play the political role and get it done. Trump wanted things done. He wrote it down. Here it is. Let's do it. Plain and simple.
Sometimes you have to do that. And sometimes the craft or the country, they're going to look and they're going to say, I don't agree with that. But then when the benefits come on in, they're like, oh, well, maybe he was on to something.
The leader has to be able to convey the benefits. If I do this, this is how it's going to benefit you. That's what leaders do.
That's facts. I'm still learning.
Talk to me. Greetings and peace, Reject the Stone.
Peace. What's happening?
I'm waiting on you to chime in. I can't hear you.
I'm listening. I'll talk in a little bit.
You're just listening, huh? I'm trying to see how long I've been on here tonight, because we've been really all over the place in regards to the conversation at hand. I'm in the Navy on a ship, and we have 3 letters, 4 letters, all the letters, and we all get together, fellowship, and support each other. Brother, on my square, that's a different experience being on that boat versus being on this land. Because being on that boat, from what I've learned from Chief Smith, Mason is a different beast on the boat. But when you hit land in the United States, Mason is a different beast when you hit land in the United States. Unless you're strong enough to understand Mason from a different standpoint than those who have not traveled. See, when you're on a boat and you got all the various jurisdictions on this ship, that's the true essence of fellowship. That's the true aspect of traveling. Because now you have this group of Masons and you're going to fellowship. You're on a boat, a ship, not just a boat, but a ship. Brother, that's a whole nother beast until you get on land, especially in the United States. It is. And then you see, when, wow, why the brothers are in disharmony with each other? Why? Why you don't like this brother? Why you don't say none of that brother? That's the difference.
Yes, on a boat, you're on international waters, not governed by any particular grandmaster. And so it's all about brotherly love.
I like that. Who said that?
That was Brother Sam, Past Master Sam Thornton.
Hey, you dropped the bomb right there. You dropped that right there.
I like to say this right here, brother, though. A lot of what we get, a lot of our understanding of masonry in these days of time is really guided by what we're being taught in the Lord and what we're not taking responsibility to go and teach ourselves as well.
That's true. So the lodge that Brother Randolph Slaughter has opened is in Texas. You know, where's the lodge in Louisiana? Which lodge you referring to that's in Louisiana or LA? I see LA. When I see LA, I'm thinking Louisiana or I'm thinking Los Angeles. So you kind of help me on the LA part. Now, Brother Dietrich, I kind of missed what you said.
I was just going back to, the brother said, he made a statement that made me comment by saying, part of your obligations is to be able to go and accept what you be able to learn from your fellow brothers, but also to be able to be accountable for your own learning yourself. And a lot of things that we learn inside the lodge, you got to be, you can't really just reject it, but you can go and see about it. You just can't let somebody just tell you something. You have to go back and just try to see about it yourself. We all know that. But all at the same time, what about years and years and years of being told the same thing that just ain't right? Because that happens. That happens in these lodges. It's just up under the teaching of the laws that you're in. So, a lot of the things that we sit around here, we suffer from as Masons, is just from whatever district we're in, whose ever umbrella that we're under, everybody's teaching is just not the same. So that's when you come with, when you have a brothers in the room, you talk about brothers of like minds. That's where the conversation comes in at.
Yeah.
It's the same, but it isn't always the same. But see, that's the reason why we can't get things done as a brotherhood, because everybody want to be right on this one. Don't nobody want to be wrong on this. But at the end of the day, you got two people that don't want to accept that and don't want to listen to that.
Wow, that's That's a mouth. That's a mouthful right there. I ain't gonna kid you, because I've been in places and rooms like that. And I've learned sometimes if I want things to happen, sometimes I have to kind of take a back seat for the bigger picture. It didn't come overnight. I didn't get here overnight. That was with some time and growth that I've gotten to a point to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to have to agree to disagree. I'm going to support it. Sometimes you just have to find yourself in that position, and it's okay. It's really, really okay.
Brother Dietrich, what coast were you on, East or West?
I'm on the East Coast, brother.
You was on the East Coast?
I'm on the East Coast out of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in the South.
Nah, but you talking that Navy stuff, so obviously.
No. I have never been to the Navy, brother. I've never talked about the Navy. I talked about the law. That was another brother that made a comment about the Navy. I can't talk about something I ain't never did.
That is correct, though. That brother on YouTube, it is correct, because you out there in the water, you have no other way to go. The only thing you have your compass and square, so everyone has to be on the same accord. We even had a special email that we all communicated with. When we walked down the hall, we gave each other signs and everything. It was awesome.
But here's the thing. Why can't that be reciprocated when you're on the land?
It is like that for brothers that are in the military.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because they're well traveled, you think?
I don't know. Brothers in the military, I go on base and, it don't matter what you are. Everybody recognize me, I recognize them.
That's interesting.
As long as you can prove you're a worthy brother. They all over my Facebook page.
Yeah, that's just totally interesting.
And then when y'all say these other lodges are opening up, the lodge in Dubai is PHA. Most of the lodges in the Philippines are PHA.
Okay.
But they don't, all the rest of that stuff, they be like, what are you talking about? I remember the first time I went out there and I was a EA. I came back to you and Macaulay and I was like, hey man, they showed me this encrypted stuff, bro. Only thing it was the opening. And you was like, yeah, because you getting taught the opening, you understand what it is.
Right. The cipher.
With the cipher, I'm looking at it, I was like, well, I know what this says. I'm looking at it and I know what it said.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, I know. He was like, yeah, they told me to study this. And I was like, yeah, man. Okay. But it's all like Filipinos, black, white, the green ones, whoever. Then we get off the boat and we found different lodges where, one of the brothers may have been, talking to somebody from a jurisdiction over in Japan. We went to one of the halls in Japan,
Oh, I seen that picture. I seen that one. That one you went to, I seen it.
We went through all that. We go to the Middle East. It was all that. And it was just like harmony. So
what I
don't know why we can't get along. And matter of fact, it's not that. I don't know why us black people can't get along. Because all the Filipinos want me to be down with them and come into their lodge. At one point on this earth, they've all, like, almost every last one of them in San Diego. Hey, brother, you ever thought about when I was like, when I had stepped away from the craft? In between that time? Oh, yeah. Filipino brothers. You thought about coming back to the craft? Are you active? No, I ain't active right now. You ever thought about coming back? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Well, brother, you should come over here and talk to us because you Q&A people a certain way. I like the way you do things. You can say certain things. You want all your signs. And I'm like, okay. It's been Filipino, white lodges, all of them. all over San Diego, except PHA. But they recognize me. Oh, they recognize me.
Oh, well, the thing is, they know exactly who you are. I mean, let's just keep it real.
Yeah. But they recognize me, they dap me up, they love me to death, but they ain't never asked me like those brothers. Those brothers basically gave me an invitation. Was like, walk into the house and we're gonna put you in the seat. I'm like, oh no, brother, I don't want that. I'm good, I'm gonna go back home. I'm good. But I'm ready to go, I'm going home.
I heard that. Well, look, gentlemen, I think we've been on here for quite a while. I don't have anything else to add. I mean, the topic of the conversation was Brother Randolph Slaughter and his endeavor as far as being the dean of grandmasters and doing what he's doing. I mean, whew, I mean, that was the topic. And I know that we've covered quite a few things. We've talked about quite a few things, and I like the energy. You know, I just try to get more people involved. I don't, you know, sitting by, not being actively involved in the conversation, but just listening is cool. But I like people to interact in a conversation. I don't too much like talking to myself. You know, now I start answering back, y'all better get worried.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
You have to admit, the brother, he's been doing it for so long. If they wanted to call the dean of grandmasters, let him call him the dean. Have you ever spoke with that brother?
I reached out to him.
So you never spoke with him?
Who? No, you talking about Grandmaster Slaughter?
Yeah.
I've spoken to one of his confidants, somebody on his staff, in regards to him and I connecting. I've done that part.
So do you think he ever spoke to William Yancey?
I don't know. Who's to say who he has and who he has not spoken to?
Because that's like royalty in San Diego.
Who, Willie Yancey?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yancey's the boy.
Like,
Yancey's that, and that's who I thought that was the young brother. I thought that's who Yancey was, but I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the Grandmaster of the Universe.
Look what we call him. You see?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We hadn't gave him that title, but we all call him that.
Yeah.
We all, respect him in that way.
Yep.
Who says that's not what they're doing for that brother? Or maybe it is like that. I don't know.
When I found out that he had the title, and I watched, and I understand why he has the title. He's that guy. he's it. Tag. Period.
I've never heard of him until right now.
Really? Well, brother, I'm gonna have to introduce you to that Facebook page, and you go on there.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Who else on here heard of him? Any of my brothers ever heard of him?
Oh yeah. Nah, he's on tour right now, like I was saying. That's how you become an icon. He's an icon, lighthouse. You have to see him eventually. You be busy. You be working. You be doing your thing.
Yancey, Past Master Yancey, he's got some viral videos on YouTube where he does some burial ceremonies and some cornerstone ceremonies by memory. And he just reciting, spitting that stuff from the brain, head, you know.
He is that guy.
Bro, I'm gonna have to check that out, man.
Oh, go check him out.
Because I was reading some comments. I'm like, do they expect me to be somebody who I'm like, how they know me? I ain't got no parts. Okay, so you say he out of San Diego, you said?
Willie Yancey's out of LA.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm right here. I'm right down the street.
Yeah. Yancey's out of LA, and he's that guy.
Yeah, that guy is that guy. But this guy Batiste, I never heard of.
Yeah, you talking about Slaughter?
Slaughter or?
Yeah, it's Randolph Slaughter. Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah. And well, you know, if you keep your ear to the Masonic Road, you can hear them. You can hear tires coming down the street. You know exactly what tires rolling. Hey,
we gotta understand that I'm gonna be me, and I'm a different one.
You
I
are.
am the devil, and I'm gonna tell them about themselves. If I don't want to hear it, that's
There
it.
you go. But,
Demon spawn.
There you go, that demon spawn.
Smitty said he's not impressed.
You know they already, you know what they already say. But I'm going to talk about this just for a brief moment. Richard Douglas said, "Look, next topic. Where did the Masonic paddle come in? Anybody? I got my own opinion.
The Masonic paddle.
Paddle. Where did the paddle come into play? Originated.
The paddle.
Paddle.
Talking about wood.
The wood.
The wood.
The wood.
I don't know where it came from.
I know where it came from.
I think I know where it came from, but it ain't.
It ain't
got nothing to do with me.
It ain't masonry, but I can tell you where it came from.
Lay some wood on me, we're gonna have a problem.
Absolutely. There you go.
I'm gonna get in there.
I can
understand where the wood came from, but there's no place in Masonic for that.
No, it's not. There's no place for Masonic hazing like that. Now look, let me clear the air, because I do have a confession to make. I've been in for a minute, and I can't never say that I didn't experience someone participation. I can't say that. I won't do that. However, as a grand master, you know, we was like, oh no, that ain't happening no more. So there you have it. Some jurisdictions still do it. They still want to use the wood. Some jurisdictions do. And I'll tell brothers in a minute, if you ever go to a lodge and they want to put hands on you or put wood on you, you might as well get ready to take off your blindfold. We're gonna have to throw down. I'm a grown man. You don't do that. And it took, you know, one of my first couple of years in masonry, after I pledged and came out of college, I was all about that. But then as I matured in Freemasonry, my whole mindset had to change because I was dealing with men and not boys. That's the difference between a fraternity and a society. People keep saying Masonry is a fraternity. It's a society, not a fraternity. Nowhere in your opening book that it says a fraternity. It says a society. Plain and simple. If I'm wrong, somebody can help me out and show me. But that Masonic paladin, that originated from the pledgees who was young, coming to Freemasonry. They brought that in.
Now, I do like them, and I like how it scared the shit out of them. But other than that, nah.
Well, of course. I mean, okay, you can do that. I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying putting it on somebody.
Oh no.
You know.
Nah. Sir, ain't bad enough when you ride the goat.
The goat is different. Come on, Imperial Potentate. The goat is different, man.
It's bad enough when you ride the goat. It
depends on if it's hey.
Kind of way after you done rode the goat, you got a problem.
Hey, it depends if it's cold or hot. Hey, that camel can be cold.
Oh, camel always cold.
The camera can be cold. I'm just saying.
Below zero in the desert.
Hey, the camera
gets below zero in the desert.
I seen a brother ride. I seen a brother ride a cold camel.
Shit.
That's what he
said. Get real hot too.
This California, we ride a cold camel.
You ride a cold camel.
It gets below zero out here.
In California, we ride cold camels.
We ride the cold camel.
Oh my God. Look, I gotta go. Hey, bro, Nico, turn it back over to me, bro.
Yeah, I already turned it over to you, bro. You already got it.
I appreciate it. Look, we've been over here for a minute, but yeah, we ride cold camels in California. We're gonna, hey, Potate, you're going to be my special guest one day when we're gonna have this conversation. Yeah. You know, we ride by the water.
Yeah. What you do?
Oh my God. Look, gentlemen, everyone, I appreciate you coming on. I really do. It has been great. I'm going to go ahead and log off. I just want to say to everybody who participated, Brother Yancey, and I call you brother just because that's what you are. And my number's in the chat. Get it? Give me a call sometime. We be rolling through Pasadena, man. We go through Pasadena to get to LA, right there in Irvine and afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So definitely hit me up and we can actually sit down and break bread. Look, bro, I'm gonna say this for those who know me. If you call me and you serious, I'm coming. Plain and simple. Just that.
Hey, say less. Say less.
All right.
This is what I've been looking for. Yeah, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all brothers, man. Thank y'all.
Brother Yancey, I just told my number in the chat also.
So
yeah, we got
I got you. I'm gonna store you.
We got to snatch up Noble Alexander when we come out there and visit him.
No, but oh yeah, and brother Diaz, I got your resume.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm glad you got it.
I got your resume.
It's in the right hands.
Yeah, it's in the right hands, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna leave that there, but I'll be on the West Coast in probably 3 weeks. So looking forward.
Yeah, he ready. He sent his resume in. I'm checking out the resume.
I got it. There you go. It was upside down.
Turn around. Turn around a little bit more. A little bit. There you go. There you go. Go watch the Lords of the Ring. Look, gentlemen, it's been fun. I had a lot of fun. Great conversation. Everybody take care of yourselves. We're going to stop the live streaming. And if you're on the live streaming right now, as far as on the YouTube, I'm going to say so long, good night. Whatever you do, keep your light on.